There was no books on coaching. There was no associations of coaching. There was no listed competencies of coaching. So I was learning as I went. And the basis for the learning was that my role was not to teach primarily, but to help a student learn. And that made a huge difference, and that took me into what's going on inside the head of the student while he's performing. And that took me to a lot of unhelpful dialogue is going on. And I'm the source of some of that dialogue with all the instructions I'm giving the performer. And so I stopped giving instructions and found ways of teaching or of coaching where the teacher was experienced. And coaching was facilitating learning from experience. So helping a person pay attention to the teacher. The inner game sees three overarching skills or capabilities the coach has to have. One is increasing non-judgmental awareness of what is. And that's not as easy as it sounds. People look at themselves judgmentally, and in that act become doubtful and tight and interfere with their potential. A second skill is clarity of goal, clarity of choice, keeping the choice maker with the choice. So you're not running the show, you're following the interest of the person being coached. So that's the second set of skills or sub-skills under that. And the third is inspiring self-trust. People have more potential than they think they do. And the other side of that is they interfere with that potential more than they'd like to admit. So the job of the coach is to reduce interference and grow the potential. And the techniques of the inner game are designed to do those both at the same time. It's a matter of putting the interfering, what I call self-one dialogue, somewhere where it won't get you in trouble, and then letting the natural potential of self-two, or you, express itself. Inner game cannot not be played. Everyone has inner interferences and have the game going on in their own hearts and minds that is distinguished from the outer game, which has external opponents, external goals, an external arena, external rules. And in our culture, we're 99% focused, if not more, focused on the outer game. Excellence is achieved in a balance between outer game and inner game. And I use that with small letters. Doesn't have to be my inner game. So many people are working on inner game, overcoming inner obstacles that keep you from playing your best in whatever you're doing. The kind of inner game formula is that P, performance, equals your potential at that time to perform, minus I, minus interference, minus you getting in the way of that potential. So mathematically, the two ways to improve performance is grow P, grow potential, which I believe happens mostly in interaction with experience rather than being taught. And the second one is reduce the fear and the doubt and the assumptions and the beliefs that get in the way of us performing at the ability we can. Coaching is part of the inner game. The primary part of it is learning. So it's for individuals who want to learn, improve their performance, learn, and enjoy in work and play. So it's a facilitation of those three things. Maybe you could say you can self-coach as well as be coached by another. Inner game, I think, has something to offer coaching, especially in its origins. But coaching is a relatively young profession, and it's not the time for people to be saying, this is how you do it and this is how you don't do it. It's at best a time for people to say, this is my approach to coaching, or my approach to coaching is this or that. And there are many different schools of coaching that are some ways competing for attention. And that's a natural part of any growing profession. My feeling is that process shouldn't be overregulated until it's mature enough that coaching actually has proven itself to be something and not something else. To me, the primary stand that an excellent coach needs to take is, I'm here to help another person get to where they're wanting to go in a fulfilling way and in an acceptable amount of time, so that you're facilitating mobility, the ability to move. You're helping unstick people that are stuck, or help take some of the barriers away from movement in the direction of desired outcomes. Main thing is keeping the center of this activity in the student. You ask beginning coaches, go ahead and coach. And you'll see the coachee talking, and then sitting back and waiting for the coach, to give some advice, to say something, to put in his wisdom. And so first the coachee is talking, then the coach talks, then the coachee says, oh, that won't work because of this and this. So that's not a satisfactory construct of a coaching conversation. And the coach has to keep throwing the ball back, the leadership ball back to the coachee, so that he's taking responsibility and accountability for the choices that he's making. He's thinking for himself, she's thinking for herself, and I guess autonomy is the word for what I'm talking about. In the corporate world, performance is God. Doing and doing well has no competition. I suggest that the corporation that's going to win the overall competitive battle is those that develop their people the best. So it's not just performing up to current capabilities, but it's how much a company grows those abilities while they're working. It's common knowledge that people learn more in the field than they did at business school. But that's not largely emphasized in corporate culture. Now, more and more, coaching is affecting corporate culture in a way that learning has a much greater prominence. And the third part of that triangle is enjoyment. I enjoy what I'm doing. That improves performance and improves learning. So it's really a redefinition of work that takes it out of the performance box. Performance can still be the priority, but learning and enjoyment need to be foundations of that triangle. As coaching has grown, there's a remarkable plethora of superstructure, techniques, tools. I have my own. And in the addition of tools and processes and coaching, I would, I take this stand, don't forget the essence. Don't forget you're dealing with a human being who has incredible potential and is somewhat handicapped by their interferences. And that's a delicate job. And one that shouldn't be overregulated. The Association for Coaching, as I understand it, is committed to improving the excellence in coaching and keeping high ethical standards. And both of those are valid and important missions. So keep on going with that. Ethics that's based in honesty, that's based in respect for the other individual. And what I remember is, from my own learning, was learning is an inherent capability within people. And you don't have to put it into people. You have to encourage it and bring it out. And that's the privilege of a coach. And I believe that after 10 years, the Association of Coaching has proven that it is doing good work in that area.